Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video we will look at how to convert your images into scalable vector graphics format. We'll build out a image to SVG converter inside browser using Canvas API and Bootstrap in React.js. So this is the actual interface right here where we allow the user to simply select their PNG or JPG file. So let me select the JPG file. You will see that original image preview, and then this image has been converted to SVG. So you will see on the right hand side, this is SVG image. We have a download button. If I click this button, our image will get downloaded. If I open this image in the browser, you will see this is actually a SVG image, and it has been converted, this JPG image, to SVG. So we'll try to actually build this converter in browser using the Canvas API. So all the source code will be given in the description, and you need to install this package React Bootstrap for building this interface. So just install these two packages, npmi bootstrap and React Bootstrap. So these two packages are required. So npmi bootstrap, React Bootstrap. So just install these two packages. I've already done that. So I will start my development server. So first of all, guys, what we need to do, we need to, I will instantiate a new functional component, and if I refresh, it will hot auto reload. So now inside this we need to first of all declare some state variables which will be responsible for building this application. First of all is the actual input image file. We need to keep track image file, set image file, and the initial value will be using the use state hook. It will be null, and then the output SVG file. So we simply say SVG content, set SVG content, and again we'll be using the use state, which will be nothing. So these two state variables we declared, input image and output SVG. So after you do this in the JSX, we will simply have the bootstrap. We have the container class. We will import this at the top, and we will have h1 heading. We will simply say image to SVG converter. I will give it a bootstrap class name, margin top 5, and after this we will have the form, and inside the form we will actually have form group, and we will basically give it an ID to it, control ID, which will be form file. We'll give it a class name which will be margin bottom 3, and here we'll be having a form label and the form control. So let me paste it. So this actually allows the user to simply select their image file. So we have this, if you see, we have only accepting the PNG and JPG files, and we will execute this function on change handle file upload. So when the file is changed, we need to define this function right here. So we'll simply say handle file upload. E parameter will be passed automatically, event parameter. So when the file is selected, what we need to do, first of all we need to read the file. So for reading the file, we'll simply say e.target.files. We'll get access to the file and store it in this variable file, and we will be using first of all the if condition if the file is valid, and if the type of the file is either PNG or JPG or condition. In either of these cases we can process the image. So first of all we set the image file using the hook function file, and then we'll actually have a function which will convert this image to SVG and pass the file as an argument. So now we need to define this function which will be convert image to SVG. We will pass the file here as an input file. So inside this function, guys, first of all we need to read the file using the file reader API, which is available inside the browser, and it has a function onload. So e parameter will be passed. So we'll basically be instantiating the image constructor, and it has a onload function. So when the image is loaded, we will draw this image on the canvas. So for drawing the canvas, we need to create a dynamic element using the create element function. We will simply say canvas, and we will actually initialize the width and height of the canvas to whatever is the width and height of the image. So canvas width, canvas height is equal to image width, image height, and then we will actually get the context variable from the canvas using the get context method, 2D context, and we'll draw this image using the draw image function at x coordinate 0, y coordinate 0. So after drawing this image, we need to convert this into the base 64 code. So get base 64 code. For doing this, we will actually get this base 64 URL using this function to data URL. So this will actually draw this image on the canvas and get the base 64 code. And now we can actually convert this code to SVG by simply having this string. This is very simple, done using, we convert this data URL, replace it inside this SVG tag, and if you see, we are using the same width, same height right here. After we get this, now we can simply set this SVG content to the actual SVG string like this. And lastly, we need to initialize the source here. Image source is equal to e.target.result. That's all. And also, after you do this, we also need to, inside this function, it is there inside convert image to SVG, we need to read this file as read as data URL file. That's all. This is the overall function which is responsible for converting your image to SVG. And now we need to actually show the output SVG file. So once you convert this image to SVG, we need to show this SVG on the browser. So now for showing it, if you see, just scroll down, and after the right here, when the form is ending, we also need to show the live preview of the image. So once you select your input image, for showing the live preview of the image right here after this form group, we can have a row tag, column, so if the image file is selected, in that case we need to show the image live preview. So give it a class name margin bottom 3. We'll simply show the live preview, so original image preview, and for showing this image tag, we will have the source parameter, and we will simply say URL dot create object URL and whatever is the image file, and we'll be giving a bootstrap class of image fluid. So if you now select your image file, you will actually, I think, row, we do need to import the row as well. We haven't imported that, so just import it automatically. So also guys, we do need to import the CSS file for bootstrap, base CSS. So we need to import bootstrap dist css bootstrap min.css file at the top. So now this is styled by bootstrap. If you select, you will see the original image preview. Now we need to show the output SVG file as well, side by side. So for showing that also, after that column right here, we will initialize another column, and this time on the right hand side we will simply write dash JSX. If the SVG content is there, in that case only show the SVG content inside this div. So margin bottom 3, and inside this we will have the SVG preview. So you will have the div, and inside this div we will actually show the SVG, and after that we will also be having a download button. So just like this. So we actually define a function here, download SVG, once you click the download button. So now we need to simply define this function, which is download SVG. So basically what happens right here, guys, if you select your image, uh, I think some kind of error is there. Button is not defined. We need to also import the button. So now you will see the SVG is showing, and if I click the download button, nothing happens. We need to just define this download button. So what basically inside this we convert this into blob and download this as an attachment. So I will paste the code. All the source code will be given in the description. So what we are doing right here, we are simply converting it to a blob, passing the SVG content and creating an object here inside blob and creating then an anchor element and then putting the file name, appending it, clicking it. Very simple code right here for downloading it. So if I just now refresh, select my image file, and if you see on the right hand side SVG file, click on download and you will see this has been converted to SVG file. So in this way, guys, you can convert your images to SVG very simply inside React.js using the Canvas API. And please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also check out my website as well, freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of free tools regarding audio, video, and image. And I will be seeing you guys in the next video.